Modern technology is truly amazing when you have Chris Young doing a question and answer session with these amazing guys who know their stuff.
That's right.
This is what it's all about. But my favorite phrase.
Say it.
The electrification of recreation. Boy, that's not easy to say, is it?
No, you can do it. Give it in the big announcer voice, Sean. You got it.
The electrification of recreation.
See, that rolled right off your tongue.
Better when you do use the big announcer voice, but this is what it's all about. The interactive
That's right.
Stuff that we're doing here and the questions that you have. This is what it's all about, but it's also about availability.
And we have all this available to you right now. That is why you are going to give us a call at 866-853-3510. We have all the specialists standing by to answer all the questions you have. I know I have a ton. I'm getting so educated every minute of standing here, which is so great.
And you know what also is great is you could actually text in right now.
That's right.
Text URVS to 46642 to get alerts, because we're going to see some more first looks. We've got a lot more stuff coming up, and you can get alerts straight to your phone. Bam! Oh, you're not going to believe what's coming up.
Tell me.
These are some of the alerts that you're going to get straight to your phone.
See, you see how excited I just got? We've been running around to RV to RV. We're so excited to be here with you all weekend because there is so much going on. I'm having trouble deciding. I know I'm going to end up getting something before this weekend's over.
You know, it's like I'm with my wife walking around because she's window shopping in every single unit. It's truly remarkable, but that's what it's all about. Seeing these first looks, getting excited about these new units that we have, and we're going to see one right now. The Keystone Cougar 24 RDS. Ian, what do you got?
You know, sometimes you want the towability and the features of a fifth wheel, but you still want to be able to tow it with a half-ton truck. And that's what you get right here in the 2022 Keystone Cougar 24 RDS. Now, bear in mind, anytime we talk half-ton trucks, right, it's not going to encompass all half-tons. You do want to make sure that you're going to be able to have the capacity to both tow it as well as haul it. And what I mean by that is the suspension, right? You want to make sure that you have enough for the weight in the bed as well as being able to tow it. But this one right here, folks, comes in right around 7,400 pounds dry. So there are definitely some half-tons out there that can do it. And it's only just under 29 foot long, so under 30 foot, meaning that you can take it to a lot of those a little more remote campgrounds, right? And if you're looking for something, again, just for a couple, but the capability to sleep 6, this one is the one. I absolutely love this layout and design, starting right back here with the U-shaped dinette. Now, when I think of a couple's model, right, and as the name implies, usually it's for a couple. It's built for 2 people. The thing I love about this is that I like to entertain, right? My wife and I love to entertain. If we go anywhere without the kids, we are generally going somewhere with friends, or, you know, we meet friends at the campground. We invite them in. You know, we share meals together, have drinks together. That is what we enjoy, and this allows you to do exactly that. You can easily sit 4 people here. If you want to play a game, this table stretches the whole length. I mean, it is large enough that everyone can have their own space, not just for a plate or a place setting, but again, if you're going to play games back here, it allows you to do that. Plus, this drops down into a bed, allowing you to sleep 2 additional people right back here. Plus, there's a tri-fold I'll show you in just a second for more sleeping capacity. You have plenty of electrical outlets for all of your electronic devices, windows all the way around, including in the slide. You get some big windows, storage all the way across the top there with LED lighting, and you get the Blade AC system. It's a wonderful system. Not only is it quieter than your standard AC, it also gives you more even cooling throughout, and it has a pure residential filter system in there. It does a great job of filtering the air in here, especially if you're one that has problems with allergies. You'll really appreciate the filter that they put in. Now, let's talk about the slide, because the slide really does add a lot of space in here, right? It's what gives you this big open floor plan concept, and I like the way that they have laid this out. So you get this sofa right over here. As I mentioned, this is a tri-fold, so you can fold this out for additional sleeping. You get windows that go all the way up to the top of the slide, so it lets in a ton of natural light there. You can also see that it has roller shades, right? So you have the blackout roller shades there, which I love. LED lights in here. Beautiful woodwork, kind of has like that cottage look and feel to it. And the LED lights in here are on a dimmer. So if you want to watch a movie, just want to dim it down a little bit, you can do that, or of course you can completely turn them on or off. But I like that. It just kind of sets the mood, the atmosphere, you know, just dim them down a little bit. I think it's a pretty cool feature. Kind of finishing out the slide, you will see your residential style refrigerator. Now what I mean by that is not necessarily that it is a refrigerator that runs on 120, because that is not the case. But what you do have here is a gas absorption fridge that gives you the wood panels on front like you often see in high-end homes. If you've ever seen, you know, some like Viking appliances, trying to think of some of the Sub-Zero, right, refrigerators, the top end, this is what they do, is they match the front of the refrigerator with the cabinetry, and that's what they've done here. If you take a look next to that, you get this big pantry, plenty of storage, and if you'll see that they removed the carpet in the slide and gave you this nice weave here. So this is a nylon material, cleans up very easily. If you spill on there, again, it generally doesn't stain. It is super easy to pick up any spills as well as clean. And then if you go across the way, you get the kitchen. So you'll see the upgraded thermoformed countertops here, which gets rid of like that T-mold in the corner that always pops off and gets water into and rots out your countertop. Plus, it allows you to undermount that stainless steel bowl, which again helps prevent water penetration and makes it a lot easier to keep clean because you don't have that lip. High-rise pull-out faucet, beautiful backsplash. And you'll see the electrical outlet back here. You'll see the little sticker on there, says inverted outlet. You will see those throughout. Now, we'll get into that a little bit more. This one has the Solar Flex 400 system with an inverter built in, so it has the inverted outlets. But you can upgrade that even further to where you can get lithium batteries, you can get a second inverter, and you can actually run the AC in here off 12-volt power, off those lithium batteries, which is awesome. Now, again, you do have to get some upgrades to get there, but the fact that it is even possible is great. You know, and you will have to get a soft start AC as well. But for those of you that really want to get out there, be able to, you know, kind of boondock and not have to worry about plugging into shore power and, you know, having that AC as backup on a hot day, just know that the Cougar is able to do it, which is one more reason I absolutely love this lighter weight fifth wheel. All across the top is a ton of storage, beautiful glass inlaid right there, microwave, your hood. You'll see the Furion cooktop with an oven. I tend to prefer the Furion over Greystone personally. I just like the way the knobs feel a little bit better, the way they operate. You can turn off the knobs if you so choose, or you can leave them on. You'll see the oven underneath, you know, a larger oven than you will normally get there, so you can fit some bigger items in there too, you know, not just like a super small tray. So I do like the extra space. And speaking of space, take a look at all the prep space you get in here, because it kind of bleeds over into the entertainment center, which I love. That TV right up top, that's a 40-inch TV, and it is directly across from the sofa right where you want it. Entertainment system built in with the DVD player and the fireplace underneath that, which, folks, not only does that look great, but that is a space heater to help heat the space up in here. And you can see a bank of 4 drawers underneath for a ton of storage. Plus, right over to the side, you have enough room for a trash can. So I absolutely love what they've done to the back here. I think they did a great job. Built-in handrail makes it a little bit easier to get up and down stairs. You know, as we tend to get a little bit older, our knees tend to get a little bit worse. Having that handrail is a good safety thing. Plus, you have the courtesy light. So if you are, you know, going up or down at night, it's a motion sensor. It'll automatically turn on for you. So that way you're able to see the steps and you don't hurt yourself in the middle of the night. Now, come on into the bathroom with me. It's always a weird thing to say. But one of the things I love about the bathroom is all the space, right? It's a porcelain bowl right here. I mean, I can really kick back, relax if I want to. Plus, I get a skylight up top in the form of a vent. So, you know, if I want to look up and, you know, take a look at the stars while I'm sitting here and maybe contemplate life, lets me do it. Right across the way, you will see the countertop with the stainless steel bowl. I like the upgraded bowl there. Underneath, extra space. You will see right here, you have 1, 2, 3 different drawers for everything that you may bring along, plus a mirrored medicine cabinet up top. Now, if I'm being honest, all those drawers in the medicine cabinet are probably going to my wife, but you do have the storage in here, which I really like. You'll also see right over here is a linen closet, which is always very welcome in any RV. So you have a place to put those towels. You have an actual towel rod there rather than just like a robe hook. And if I take a step in the shower here, it's 6 foot tall, Again, got the skylight right there. Even without it, you can see I have plenty of room here. You know, I have a couple inches to the ceiling. You can probably be 6'1" to be able to stand in here without having to duck down, or you can stand underneath that skylight if you have to and still have the space. Plus, you have a seat if you want to sit down, or just make it a little bit easier to shave the legs. You got the capability to do that too. Then if we take a look up into the bedroom, just kind of want to point out a couple of quick things. You will see that if we step up in there, you get the slide out wardrobe storage all the way around. You have the queen size bed there, and on both sides you get nightstands. You will see that you have electric outlets and USB ports, and again, those are inverted. So if you sleep with a CPAP machine, you can bring that camping and you don't need shore power. So I love some of those features. And you want to talk about features, let's hit on some of the features here outside, because the Cougar is definitely not short on any of them. Let's go all the way up front here. We'll start up front, kind of make our way back real quick. There's so much here, and I don't know that I'm going to have time to go over all of it, but I do just want to hit some of it. Taking a look at the beautiful full paint front cap on there with LED lights. I like the orange. I think it's very classy. You get the kingpin here with the pivoting head, so that way it helps with any kind of, bucking and chucking as you're starting and stopping that RV, so you don't get kind of that sensation where it kind of jerks you a little bit. You will also see right up front, battery box is already mounted in there, spare tire, everything is very clean and organized. You have the level up auto level system. So you touch a button, this coach will level itself out, really makes things super easy on you. And you will see that this one has side camera prep on both sides of the RV. So that way as you are going down the road, if you have those side cameras installed, you can see what's on either side of you, just giving you that extra visibility as you're changing lanes. Of course, propane tanks will be there, but take a look at how much storage you get in here, folks. That is huge storage. Again, one of the big benefits of going to a fifth wheel over a travel trailer is not just towability, but the amount of amenities and storage you get. You also see this one has the in-command system. I wasn't able to touch on that when we were inside, but that is a fantastic system. It really is everything on a touch screen, makes it super easy. You can even actually program your thermostat, and you don't even have to be there. As long as you have internet access, like Wi-Fi at the campground, you can actually start your AC. If you're coming, let's say you have a seasonal, you park it there, you can start that AC. By the time you get there in an hour or two, that AC will be running, your RV will be nice and cold. So I love that feature. You can see up top, nice big power awning with LED lights and speakers, and plenty of camp space underneath that awning, which is always a big win. You have solid steps. These are removable, folks. That's something newer this year. So if you want to remove the steps, you can. There's just a couple pins right here, so you can lift it up, pull these pins out. So that way, again, if you have like a seasonal and you have a porch, you can take those right off and still be able to utilize it. And they made the feet easier to adjust with these pull pins. Instead of having the ones you have to, use your finger getting in there, and sometimes you pinch your finger, those ones make it super simple. Coming around to the back side, a couple things I do want to hit on here. Of course, if we take a look, this one does have backup camera prep, a rear-mounted ladder so you can climb up onto the fully walkable roof. It's a little dark here, but if you take a look, folks, this one has a 3,000-pound hitch. So what that means is if, you want to tow something else behind here, it has a four-way already installed. Some states will allow you to do it if you have like a boat that you want to tow behind it. Some states will actually allow you to do it, again, assuming that you are within those state laws. But that, again, is just a really cool feature to have. Otherwise, it's just great to have for things like a bike rack, right? You can just use it as a 2-inch receiver. Now, if we come up to the very front, the last thing I do want to talk about is right over here on this side. And we have a couple different things. One will be that you have the convenience center with everything you will need, including your tanks. Your tanks here are perfect for cold weather because they will be insulated. And right here is that the Super Solar Flex system, folks. And as I mentioned, you can get a second inverter, some extra solar there. You'll see one inverter is already installed. But if you're looking to be able to, run that AC, you can upgrade that in order to let it happen, which is super cool. But even without, you still have two 200-watt solar panels up there standard, which is helping to recharge those batteries. Folks, I'm telling you, if you're looking for a smaller fifth wheel, this one right here, the 2022 Keystone Cougar 24 RDS, is one you have to get out to your local Camping World and take a look at. But as you know, this is just the first one of all of the half-ton towable fifth wheels we have, folks. There are plenty more coming up. Make sure you stick around and you can check them out.
May.
I'm James.
And we're going to share how RV camping has unlocked our family travel dreams. Kennedy is the boss lady, as we call her, because she's always telling all of us what to do. And Jordan is our adventure junkie. Anything high in the sky, that's all her. So for us, family travel is just having uninterrupted family time. We're really just enjoying one another, discovering new things. One thing that RVing and camping will teach you when it comes to family travel is definitely patience with setting everything up and just being in such a close quarters all the time.
I need help, please.
It really teaches you how to work together as a family. Making lunch is easy. We can quickly make sandwiches and snacks whenever the kids get hungry. The RV is the perfect mobile kitchen.
Will you go like it?
How many strawberries you want?
Maybe 5 and 5 and 5. Who's able lunch? Me!
So are we gonna go live on that island back there?
No.
Nah. Why not? You don't want to take a boat to school?
A unicorn.
So you rather ride a unicorn or a boat to school?
Unicorn. Sun! Hi, Sun.
Camping allows us to slow down while still having a great time.
What are you gonna do?
What's marshmallows?
We love doing campfires in the evenings, making s'mores, and just relaxing.
That's filtered. Cheers!
We love to be silly and have fun, and the RV gives us a built-in dance floor. It gives a sense of home base no matter where you are.
Good night, Daddy.
We can put the kids to bed, come outside, enjoy a glass of wine, and reconnect after a long day, which is something we're not able to do at a hotel. It has really just sparked an amazing love for us, a different way for us to travel that we really enjoy.
Welcome to the 2022 Dutchman Atlas 3302RL. This unit is big, it's gorgeous. You have 3 slide outs in here, really helping to open up this space and make it feel like home. It's perfect for a couple if it's just 2 of you, but it also allows some space for guests. Now, myself personally, what do I love about it? A couple different things. One, as I say, you get the dual opposing slides here in the living area, which really opens this living space up, gives you a great living area we'll see in just a moment, and gives you the kitchen island, which is excellent for prep space, plus it gives you extra storage. So that's gonna be the first one. The second one is the colors themselves. I think they did a good job with having like a light and dark contrast here in the Atlas. You have a little bit darker countertops, which is something we haven't seen too terribly often. A lot of manufacturers are going to really light, and sometimes it can feel whitewashed. When you have the lighter cabinets plus a white countertop, you almost get like that whitewash feeling. So I think they did a good job of blending both. If we start right over here in the campside slide, you'll see a freestanding dinette, which I think is a great option. You know, again, this is meant to be a couple's travel trailer. So, you know, with that kind of that luxury side, you want something that looks a little bit nicer. You don't necessarily need sleeping space there. So this is definitely the way to do it. You'll also see the chairs do have a little bit of storage underneath. And whenever we talk travel trailer, storage is always at a premium. So I love any kind of hidden space like that. You will also see they took out all the carpet in here. So even on the slide out, instead of having carpet, you have the linoleum in there, which I love. Just makes everything a lot easier to clean. Now, when we move in a little bit further, we get into the entertainment space, right? So right here, you have a 50-inch TV, and that has a great viewing angle from the theater seats, which are directly across, plus the sofa along the back wall, storage along the sides. Of course, your multimedia center here, that does have an HDMI pass-through on it. So what you can do is you can take like a Blu-ray player, put it here, plug it into that HDMI, and that'll run through to the back of the TV. So that way you can have that auxiliary equipment. So it does make it very easy to hook up. You also notice storage on both sides and the 5,000 BTU fireplace right there in the center. Now, not only does that look nice, folks, but that also is a space heater. So if you're looking to kind of take the chill off in here and you're plugged into shore power or have a generator running, then you can run that fireplace and not have to worry about burning propane. Big windows all the way around the back, let in a ton of natural light, plus give you some great views if you have them out the back. I know I've been to a lot of campsites where you may have, lake view or ocean view, maybe beautiful mountains out the back. With a big window like this, it allows you to view those. Storage all the way across the top. Again, as I mentioned, you have that nice, kind of brighter wood. Kind of reminds me almost like a cottage. I like what they did, especially paired with the little bit darker, the oil rub bronze pulls. Now, in the very beginning, I mentioned this one, it can be half-ton towable, right? It depends on your half-ton. It definitely will be on the higher side once you load it up, but it does still fall technically into that category. But I also mentioned the fact that it's built for a couple, but can also entertain additional guests. So, when I entertain, we tend to have, sometimes a drink or two, right? And guests may need to stay the night. And this is perfect for it because not only is this a great spot to sit and lounge and watch the TV or have conversation, but this is a tri-fold sofa that folds out into a bed too. And it's very easy to make up. If you haven't seen one before, you simply take off the back cushions just like this. And then you will see that this actually lifts up right down here. Oh, this one goes right here, just like that. Lifts up. Folds out your legs, that leg drops down, then you drop the back down, and that becomes your bed. So it is very simple to set up as well as take care of, and it looks nice. Here's the other thing I always like to tell people is if you do have guests over, maybe it's, your kids, the grandkids, and you're like, yeah, I don't think I want guests tonight. You don't have to tell them it's a bed. They'll never know. It looks just like a normal sofa. And then across the way here is your theater seating. And for me, this is kind of the magic of the floor plan, right? You sit here, you kick back, you have a great shot right here to the TV, very comfortable. Thomas Paine collection, again, another big window behind that, plenty of lighting in here too. Now, how about cooking? This is something that a lot of people ask about, right? I see a lot of people that are curious about cooking in an RV. And here in the Atlas, they make it pretty simple. So for prep space, this is something that people often desire and a lot of times is lacking in a lot of floor plans. But when you get those dual opposing slides, you can get that kitchen island. It gives you great prep space on both sides of the sink. You have this huge apron front farmhouse stainless steel sink with a high-rise pull-out faucet. So that way, if you need to wash any dishes, right, you have plenty of room to do it in here. Even if you get like a drying rack on one side, you still have one side open. And I really love that apron front look. The other thing you get with the island though is lots of storage. So not only in the form of drawers, which you have one drawer up here plus another bank of 3, so plenty extra drawer space. But one of my favorites is a dedicated spot for trash. You'll see that you have one right up here and you have another one. You can see that both of them are included. So that way you can have 2 trash cans in there. I love that they did that, right? I've seen a few different manufacturers do that because the trash cans, you don't have big spaces a lot of times like you do at home. So they're smaller trash cans. They just doubled it up so that way you don't have to empty the trash nearly as often. You also have plenty of storage underneath the sink, which again, oftentimes is at a premium. You can see lots there. And as I mentioned, another bank of 3 drawers here, outlets on the front in case you need to plug anything in, plus more storage all the way back here. I mean, again, folks, we want to talk about deep drawer space. These are super deep drawers right here. And you have a bank of 3 of those. And again, more prep space, plus a 3-burner cooktop. This is recessed, folds up and back nice and easily. And you have the oven underneath in case you want to do a little bit of baking. And then another door right down underneath there. It's also important to note the refrigerator. That's one of those things that a lot of people want to know is cold storage. So you can see right here, you have a 12-volt compressor-driven refrigerator. A lot of manufacturers are going to these as well, and I'm really glad Atlas did just because a lot of people that have bought RVs really enjoy them. Because it runs off your battery, essentially if you have like 2 batteries and some solar, you can run these almost indefinitely. So a lot of people are really starting to get into the solar, trying to get a deeper understanding with these refrigerators. They are great for doing a little bit of boondocking. Also, I should probably finish out over here and then we'll head on over. If we take a look up top, you have some storage, a hood as you would expect, a microwave, and a power tower right there in the corner that just drops down nice and easily. Now, rounding out the kitchen is a pantry, and you want to see something cool. Well, first of all, again, I talked about having kind of two-tone. You can see that right here. But also, when you open up the pantry door, reach in to grab something, there's a motion light in there. I like that, and my wife and I have talked about this before. One of the problems with having glass, right, is it looks really nice, but if it's full of a bunch of stuff and that light's on, you're gonna see all that and it doesn't look nice. So I'm glad that, you know, there's a motion light, so it turns it off when it's not in use after a little bit, open it back up, automatically turns back on, so you're not having to fish for it to be able to turn the light on. More storage again, top and bottom. Plus, I call this a little coffee bar. I really like this. You'll see electrical outlet there. You know, you kind of have the backsplash here. And one other thing I guess I didn't mention about that cooktop that I really like, not only do you have the backsplash, you have the side splash too, right? It goes all the way around. That is something a lot of manufacturers really don't do that I think is great that they did here in the Atlas. Let's take a walk up front. I'll show you the control panel, then we'll take a look at the bathroom and bedroom and then head out. You'll see with the control panel, everything you pretty much need is here. From your tank monitoring panel, your 3 slides, power awning there. Also, if you see the water heater, you can note this one does run off gas and electric, and you can turn on both of those at the same time for faster recovery. So if you have, you know, again, both of you that need to shower or have guests that need to shower back to back, you have the capability to do that. And we'll take a look at the shower in just a minute, and you'll see that you have plenty of space in there too. For the toilet, look at this. Great leg space, great shoulder space, porcelain bowl so it'll stay clean. Good countertop space that you have in here. I love that. An actual mirrored medicine cabinet, not just a plastic one they stuck up there. And if I do take a step in the shower, folks, I'm 6 foot tall, you know, a little over 200 pounds, and shoot, I have plenty of room in here with this skylight. That's something a lot of times you don't find with the travel trailers, is the higher ceiling height, but you definitely have it here. Also kind of an upgraded hand wand, a little bit bigger head on there, making shower easier, and I can turn sideways and not feel like I'm gonna run into anything. So you have plenty of room in the shower. Speaking of plenty of room and being nice and big, take a look at the bedroom with the slide-out king bed, folks. I love this. Huge bed, plenty of space. There is storage underneath. There's also storage access outside in this slide-out, which is really cool. So it does give you some of that extra storage space. A little shelf right over here to the side for cell phones. You can see electrical outlet, USB ports there. You have the mirrored wardrobe right up front, hanging rod going all the way across here. So you have plenty of hanging space, nice space on the bottom for shoes as well, plus storage right up top. And then if you look at the foot of the bed, you can see there is a spot for extra TV if you want a TV here in the bedroom, drawers all down below, more storage space up here, you know, big, beautiful barreled ceilings right in here as well. Plus you have your vent, and that one is prepped for a second AC. So if you want 2 ACs, you know, in this little bit larger travel trailer, you can have that. Now, what about some of the construction features as we come outside, right? Because that's one of the important things, is not just how the RV looks, but truly understanding how the RV is built. And I'm gonna go over it fairly quickly, but up on the roof, this one has a TPO roof. It has a 15-year warranty on there, folks. Very easy to keep clean. That is a Alpha System Superflex roof on there. You have vacuum bond laminated sidewalls, which are one of the best construction methods in the industry. Underneath the flooring in there, so you can't really see it, but that underbelly is fully insulated. And not only is it insulated, it's heated, and your valves are insulated too. So if you're looking to do a little bit colder weather camping, this one right here is capable of it. One of the things I didn't mention up on the roof though, folks, is also the fact that this has a fully walkable roof. So we talk about maintenance, inspection. It is important to get up on the roof once in a while. This one allows you to do that nice and easily. You will see the power tongue jack comes standard on here, so it is easier to hook up and disconnect from your tow vehicle, as well as level from front to back. Fully painted front cap on there too. It's beautiful front caps. That way that one does wash up nice and easily. Right on this side is solar prep if you need, or if you want that solar. Plus, you'll see this one has inverter prep too. That can be a big deal if you're looking, again, to do a little bit of boondocking. You hook up the solar, you have that inverter. Now you'll have some inverted outlets inside that can operate just off your 12-volt battery power. If you want a TV outside, you can have that. Of course, we saw the beautiful power awning with LED lights, speakers up there as well, if you want to listen to some music, and those are going to be powered, or rather operate from that multimedia center we saw inside. As we come to the back, this is something that I love when we talk about couples coaches. We find them a lot on bunkhouses, not nearly as much on an RV built for two, and that is the outside kitchen. I love to cook outside. This gives you the ability to do it. You have storage, plus my favorite part, the outside fridge, because, well, I like to have a few beverages in there, you know? Some water on hot days, that's for sure. Taking a drop right down underneath here, you'll also see power stabilizer jack, folks. We're trying to make it as easy as you can to level out. I talked about the front to back. After it is level, then you can drop these stabilizer jacks down, and that will prevent the RV from rocking around on you. You can also see right back here, this is really cool too. It comes with a hitch, 300-pound weight capacity for anything you want to put in there, bike rack, things like that. But folks, this coach right here is phenomenal. Definitely get out to your local Camping World or Gander RV to check one out. But as they say, the show must go on. This certainly isn't the end. There are more half-ton RVs coming, so stick around.
Half-ton towable couples RVs. We were just in an amazing RV as well. But my favorite thing about Ian, when he shows us, especially for a couple at home, we're empty nesters now, and we have a chance to get across the country and see what this great nation has to offer.
Absolutely.
Is that he always includes his wife. He always includes what they love about, you know, having the kids, if they do this, if they want to leave the kids at home. He's so great at that, and he paints that picture for everybody.
He really does. And I'll tell you, it's what's great about the couples trailers is you do have the room to bring on. Maybe you got the grandkids for the weekend, you know, maybe even a friend come by. That's what's great about them. You've got that little extra space for a quick trip.
And we were just in an unbelievable, this is the Cougar.
Y'all, that one was a beauty. I mean,
we're gonna jump into it, Ian. We're gonna take a look at this this
Springdale.
fifth wheel, the Springdale.
Yeah.
Right now. You're not gonna believe some of the designs. This is the Keystone Springdale 293 RK, and when you see it, you're gonna want to trade whatever you got.
That's right.
For this. Take a look.
Welcome to the new 2022 Keystone Springdale 293 RK. When we talk about half-ton towable couples models, this one right here I absolutely love, especially with the changes for 2022. They did something that a lot of other manufacturers didn't, right? They went the exact opposite. In 2021, we started to see white cabinetry. For 2022, Springdale said, nope, we're gonna do the exact opposite. We're going to go with black cabinetry. And honestly, I think they pulled it off very well. You have bright countertops, you have the darker wood, and it just feels right. I think they, again, just absolutely nailed it. So what do I love about the 293 RK floor plan? Well, there will be a couple different things. One, with the campside slide out, that gives you great camp space, and we'll see that when we go outside, where you have plenty of space to set up your chairs there underneath the awning. It also gives you plenty of living space, and there are lots of chairs for cross conversations. So that way you're looking at each other while you're talking, and that really is exactly what you want. And we can start right over here. I mean, so you have the two recliners here, and as I mentioned, if you're sitting, right, there's a dinette here, there's a sofa across the way. It's exactly the conversation I want. I have a great view to the TV, and I have this huge window right here, which is right out to the campsite. So you're able to see that, which I really enjoy. You'll also see right in between the two is a little table, and I'd like to have some beverages when I camp, so this gives me a convenient spot to set it down. And again, both of these will be recliners, so you can kick back and relax. You will also see, that might be a little tough, let me see if I can slide it. There is an electrical outlet down here, and the reason I want to talk about that, and I'll kind of point this out as we go through, is that this one has the Solar Flex 200 system on there. And part of that is the fact that you get a 200-watt solar panel up on the roof, but also it has inverter prep. And so what we'll see is something just like this, where it will say inverted outlet. So if you choose to get that inverter, this will become an inverted outlet, as will all of them with the sticker on there, meaning that you can run these off of your battery. So for people that are looking to, do a little bit of boondocking, to get out there, if you, don't want to be just restrained to campgrounds with shore power, this really lets you get that full usage out of your camper. And as we'll see, even be able to run the TV off just your 12-volt system, which is pretty darn cool. As we take a look up top, though, as I mentioned, that black cabinetry, I love the fact that it's kind of like almost like coppery gold pulls, right? I think that accents it perfectly. Good storage up there. You can see it comes with a drying rack that will sit right here in your sink. More storage over to the side, plus a cubby hole right here. Plenty of countertop space. As I mentioned, it is nice and bright white. You can see all that prep space right up here, sweeping all the way back. Undermount sink makes it nice and easy to clean too. It's a black undermount sink there, so you know, which I like. Rather than having white, I think the black is a nice pop. Also, it won't look as dirty, right? You know, a lot of times the white ones, they start to stain real easily. The black isn't going to stain nearly as easily. But with that thermoformed countertop, the upgraded countertop, again, it lets you undermount that sink, which helps with water, helps prevent water from getting in there. And as I mentioned, easier to clean. Kind of have that high-rise faucet. I like the two-tone on here. And it kind of has that industrial look to it as well. And again, not only do we have that huge window we saw behind the chairs, but take a look at this in your kitchen. A lot of manufacturers are going to like a long window, but it's only about this tall. In this floor plan, you get a massive window right here, which I love. So not only does this whole wall let in a ton of light, but again, you have a great view out to your entire campsite. Now over to this side here is your 3-burner recessed cooktop that does have the glass cover. This is a Greystone unit. The knobs light up. You also have the oven underneath if you want to do some baking. A lot of manufacturers are getting rid of ovens in the RVs. Springdale said, nope, you know, we want to make sure if you want to make a casserole, you want to cook a pie, you're able to do it in here. Underneath, just kind of want to show you, do have some additional kind of hidden storage right there, right? So that's good storage. Plus, you have drawer space. Pull that out, deep drawer right here, which I love. I tend to bring an immersion blender when I go camping, generally for protein shakes, but they're just super handy, but they're hard to fit in a lot of drawers, right? Or an apple core. With the handles, it's like this tall. A lot of times it doesn't fit in drawers, but the deep drawer like that, it won't be a problem. Even some of your smaller cookware, like some of your smaller camping pots and pans, you can fit in there. Plus, you have 2 additional drawers right there for your flatware, whatever else you need, towels, big knives, whatever it may be, the storage capacity is there. Let's talk a little bit about the fridge. Now, when you start getting into solar, you start to really want to utilize a 12-volt refrigerator. And because this one comes with that 200-watt panel on there as a standard with that Solar Flex system, having the 12-volt refrigerator just makes perfect sense. This is Everchill, very simple and easy to operate. You can adjust the temperature control right up front here, as well as turn it on and off. You hold that for 10 seconds, which do make sure you hold it for 10, because if you hold it for 7, which I've done before, it goes into like a display mode. But I love this refrigerator just because it does cool down so much faster than your standard gas absorption fridge. When you have the propane electric fridge, you have to kind of turn those on overnight. You have to let them run overnight to get cold enough. With this guy right here, 2-3 hours, you'll be good to go. You'll be able to put stuff in there. And more storage all the way along this side here. So plenty of storage all the way throughout. So great kitchen storage all in all. Now another big change for 2022 is the slide fascia. So you have the beautiful cabinetry, but I really like what they did here too. If you've been on social media, right, this is a huge trend, is, you know, this color wood right here on the slide fascia. It's not as traditional as you normally see. They got rid of, you know, a lot of like the swoops and curls and everything else and just went to something that is very simple, very clean, and I think it was absolutely brilliant and very well executed. Large windows on this side too, folks. If you're looking for a half-ton towable couples RV that lets a ton of natural light in, this is it. You know, just windows abound in here. Nice white colored wall board too, with just a little bit of color in there, but it is very bright. And then the slide fascia, of course, matches the table right here, helping kind of bring all those elements in. Large dinette, plenty of space for 4 people. The other cool thing I like about this is you can actually take this table out and drop it down and put it in front of the sofa, and it acts as a coffee table. Now, you know, you can also use it as a bed because it can drop down right here, take the back cushions, put it on top. It gives you that additional sleeping space. space. But in quite a few Springdales, right, I've showed people this where you can, like I say, move it, drop it down. People are like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. And I agree. I like that you kind of have a built-in coffee table right here. This is a jackknife sofa, so it doesn't make a largest bed ever, but one of the cool things about the jackknife is all the storage underneath, right? Very easy to access, big storage. You have removable armrests on there too, and kind of like a grayish is what I would call it, colored sofa. And as I mentioned previously, right, is you can sit here, you have people in chairs, you have people in dinette, everyone is sitting here talking and being involved in a conversation. And that's really when I think about like, you know, like couples models, for me, that's it. That's exactly where I go to, is entertaining space, because, you know, if my wife and I don't have the kids when we go, that's what we want to do. We want to hang out with friends. We all want to convene, and this allows you to do that. And at night when everyone leaves, or maybe, you know, why everyone's here, you want to watch a movie, want to watch a show, maybe, you know, someone recently got married, you want to throw on the wedding on there? Pff, why not? Kids come by, the grandkids, they want to watch Frozen 2? Sure, why not? Throw it in there. But you do get the big TV. It's visible from everywhere, even back in the kitchen. If you're, you know, making snacks and you want to watch a TV, you can. Just be careful with your knife work. You know, don't chop a finger off because you're watching a wedding video. Don't recommend it. Not a good idea, but I love the size of the TV, the space you're able to see it from. And again, as I mentioned, you have the multimedia center in there too. So this one has the DVD player built in, so you can pop the DVD right in. You also have the 30-inch fireplace right down below. Not only does this look great, because it absolutely does, but, you know, it's also, you know, hey, take a look at that. Dun, 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 dun. It's also a space heater. Now, I'm not going to have this thing running too long because, well, it'll warm up in a hurry in here, but if it is cold out, that is a great thing to have, is that extra heater. Now that one will run off of, you know, your 120, but I love the fact that, again, it can just kind of take the chill off in this space. And as I mentioned earlier, folks, there it is, another sticker, an inverted outlet. If you choose to get that inverter, what's plugged into that? That's right, your TV. This is one of the few things a lot of times that you just can't run, right? So if you don't have an inverter and you don't have shore power or generator, you generally can't watch TV unless it's a 12-volt TV, which not many are. You generally can't run AC, right? With this system, it does allow you to watch TV, and as I mentioned, inverts all those other outlets, which is pretty darn cool in my eyes. Main control panel will be located right here. One of the things I do want to mention is that the water heater does run off both propane and electric. You can turn both those on at the same time for faster recovery. Then we make our way into the bathroom here. What is that? That sound right there? That's a porcelain bowl. And what's that mean to you? Well, it means that your toilet bowl is going to be easier to clean. You'll get more longevity out of it. It's just going to look nicer for longer. And for me, that's always a big plus, right? It just kind of shows what the manufacturer is putting into the RV. It makes me appreciate it. The countertop here, right, matches what you have out in the main living area. It's a great looking vanity. I think they did a good job. You know, I kind of liked it. It's like a wood look, something we normally don't get in a bathroom setting. And when I step in the shower at 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, well, maybe a little more than that these days, but still I have plenty of headroom in here. I can turn around, have a hand wand. It does make showering up nice and easy. But what about the bedroom, right? Should we kind of head out, go take a look at what we have up there? So window in the hall, man, I'm telling you, windows all the way on this entire side. Then if we take a look up front, you know, you'll see a couple different things. You see your queen bed right here on the center. On both sides, you have nightstands. A little laundry hamper over here, which is nice. 2 more inverted outlets. That is important if you use a CPAP machine or if you're on oxygen at night. With this, again, you can run it off that 12 volt. You don't necessarily need shore power. You will notice that you have hanging space on the sides, not 1, but 2 shelves up top, a second AC. And if you take a look all the way over to the other side, right over here, you will see that there is another wardrobe. So plenty of wardrobe space, not just on both sides of the bed, but more right over there. And that kind of wraps up the inside. But what about some of the outside features, right? Well, a couple of quick things. Let's head on to the back here. One of the things I want to show you is an outside kitchen, right? And you might be thinking, well, Ian, that's just a refrigerator. And yes, while I do think that's the most important part of the outside kitchen, what you'll notice is there is a propane quick connect right here underneath. And then you have water access right here in the back in the form of a spray port. Now, don't confuse that with your black tank flush, which it does have. Those are 2 very different things going to 2 very different different places. But it is nice that that black tank flush is on there. Also, your water heater is back here, which is fantastic. So it's not, you know, blowing any warm air or anything on you on the campsite. And it is backup camera ready if you so choose. Powered stabilizer jacks on here to stabilize the RV nice and easily. Power awning with LED lights. You have another inverted light right here for TV. And in that pass-through on the far side is going to be, that Solar Flex 200 system, right? Kind of the brain of that system. There is an app you can connect to that to be able to track everything. It is fantastic, folks. This right here is a killer RV. You definitely need to head into your local Camping World or Gander RV and check one out. But there is still one more half-ton travel trailer we have yet to check out here at the show, so let's go look.
At least for me growing up, nature has always been a form of relief and medicine. The idea of getting my family into nature is a form of grounding them. There's a lot going on in their heads. Having them out here kind of gets that stuff out, and then they can recharge. My name is Jorge Narvaez, and I'm here to show you how to plan a perfect family camping trip here in Southern California. First and foremost, find your home base. Here, this is Santee Lakes.
It's moving.
This is our headquarters for the rest of the vacation. And then we go everywhere and hang out. Hiking, going to the beach, and it's all nearby. Always plan for the unexpected. Embrace it, in fact. And that spontaneity becomes that moment where you take it in and you go, okay, now it's really like more developed moment, more developed memory, you know, bring out the guitar and jam out and relax. Break bread together. Bring the fancy stuff out if you can, and make that a moment for you and your family. Try something new. Get out of your comfort zone. I haven't been that uncomfortable in a very long time, and then it just got released. My whole family got out of their comfort zone. None of them had ever experienced that before. Nancy! We all shared that, like, that unexpected moment. Really good sense of pride. 1, 2, 3. Explore spots that are meaningful to you. I actually went to school nearby at UC San Diego, and when I was overwhelmed or I was feeling something, I'll grab my guitar and I'll just sit at the edge of the cliff and just jam out. To be able to bring back the kids to that space and seeing the place that I learned a lot from. I was able to successfully connect my past to my present with this experience with my kids and showing them how to explore and how I explored, but in such a unique way and as a family. It was the best thing ever.
Welcome to the 2022 Crossroads Sunset Trail 253 RB. If you're looking for a smaller, not necessarily smaller, let's say lighter weight, right? Half-ton towable couples model. This is a great one, folks. This one comes in at right around 5,500 pounds dry, which for the size of this RV is incredible. And what you get feature-wise, you won't walk away disappointed. Now, what you'll see right here, one of the things I really like is how big the doorway is into the bedroom. And I know it seems like something that's minor, but far too often, you go to walk in the bedroom, the doorway's about this big. You have to do like one of these little shuffles to try to get by the bed, right? This makes it so much easier. Because the doorway is so big, you can just crawl right into bed from the foot of the bed, or you can walk around to the side if you so choose. But I do just like the size of the doorway here. Speaking of size, that is a king-size bed, folks. Not only do you have big entrance, you also get the big bed. That way you're not elbowing each other in the middle of the night. And if you see up in the corners, you will see shelves built in with electrical outlets and USB ports there. So, you know, my wife yells at me pretty much every day because I keep a bottle of water by my bedside. That's not true. She yells at me because I keep like 6 bottles of water because I have about this much left. But with this, you do have enough room to put them there. If you need a CPAP machine, you can. Just a place to charge your cell phone. Either way, it's good to go. Now, with the king-size bed, there isn't necessarily storage underneath from the inside, but you do have a ton of storage underneath from the outside. Plus, take a look right down here. You will see you have a nice little pet station. It's lit up, so a good little spot for some kibble, maybe a little water bowl there, and over to this side. Now, if you don't have a pet, no big deal. More likely what I would probably use this for is for shoes, right? If you have some slippers you want to throw in there, that's one of those things that a lot of people don't think about or they forget about, is that so many RVs are going away from carpet. You know, it's either in the slide like this one has or just not at all. And sometimes these floors are a little cold and can be a little hard. So if you have some slippers in there, you can walk around. Or better yet, if you go to one of the design centers at Camping World, you can actually pick out some rugs that really can accent an RV and make it pop and look absolutely gorgeous. But here in the bedroom, as you can see, folks, good storage on both sides as well as up top. The wardrobes are a little bit skinnier because of that king-size bed, but you still have more than enough storage. And if you want a TV in the bedroom, there is a spot for it right there, so you can see exactly where to mount it. Now, when we come out of the bedroom, you walk in the door, you have a spot to hang up your jackets right here if you want, super convenient. And take a look at the size of this pantry right back here. The thing I love about this is you can do all sorts of stuff. If you want to use it for food, you can use it for food. If you want to put extra shoes in there, you can do that. There's enough room right up front. If you want to bring like a Swiffer or, you know, a vacuum that can do the linoleum and the carpet, whatever it may be, you have space for that too. It's just a really nice size pantry. And right up front is the entertainment center, which is directly across from your super plush theater seating. So I really do like this setup. This TV is new for 2022. They added the sound bar in there, so you get great sound quality, especially when you're sitting in those theater seats. It'll be directed right toward you. Storage up top as well as down below, some drawers right here too. Now, excuse me, because this is a couples model, you will see that your control panel is located here. If this was a bunk model, I wouldn't want it there because, you know, I know my 2-year-old would come up and be like, flip it on everything. But here it is just convenient. Now, one of the other things you will notice is this, the fact it has tank heaters. And the cool thing about that is those tank heaters will actually automatically turn on at 45 degrees. As soon as it hits that 45-degree mark, as the temperatures drop, tank heaters automatically turn on so your tanks won't freeze. Plus, they will automatically shut off at 67 degrees. So that really does kind of give you that peace of mind that you're not going to have frozen tanks if you're camping in some colder weather. And that's a big one. If you're looking to take this, you know, go skiing in the middle of winter, you want to do some winter camping, that tank heater will definitely make you very happy. And again, coming in only 5,500 pounds dry, you can tow this one, you know, over the mountains fairly easily in most half-ton pickups as well. Taking a look at the refrigerator, you can see plenty of storage in there, Norcold fridge, freezer, lots of space, easy to open. The stainless steel front, I do like the look they have there. And, you know, you can kind of see that with the whole suite of appliances, the black and stainless mix, microwave hood, 3-burner cooktop right there. You will see that the knobs do light up, plus you have the oven underneath. And take a look at this, folks. This is a true solid surface countertop. Absolutely gorgeous. You know, this is very rare when you're looking at lightweight RVs. You know, a lot of times with something like this, you know, they will either do like a thermofoil countertop or thermoformed or T-mold just purely because of weight. But here, they want the true solid surface. It's beautiful. It's functional. I love they were able to put that in. You also see that they have this whole entire kitchen wrapped kind of in this backsplash from behind the cooktop all the way around, bringing all of that together. And you have an outlet right over there. Now, if you notice that outlet, you'll see a little sticker on there with the lightning bolts, and you may be saying, well, what is that? Well, this one does have an optional solar package if you so choose. I believe it is 290-watt panels you can get on here, plus an optional inverter. And so that outlet right there will be inverted. So again, if you're looking to kind of get out to camp somewhere where you don't have shore power, know that you have that option. Storage all the way across the top as well as right down below. Beautiful linoleum flooring. If we come back into the bathroom, this is a rear bath. And you have storage galore here, folks. You have storage right over here. You have storage up above the toilet, right? You know, nice deep storage with a shelf. You have a mirrored medicine cabinet with storage in that. Of course, your toilet's down in the corner with plenty of space and more storage even underneath the countertop. So storage everywhere. As far as the shower, it is neo-angle. I am 6 foot tall. You can see I can stand in here no problem, have the skylight. And the thing I like about a neo-angle is that I can actually turn around and I'm not going to be fighting with a curtain, right? The door's shut nice and easily. Another thing you may notice is this right here, and that is the blade duct system. So, Crossroads is a subsidiary of Keystone RV. And the really cool thing about that is they get to use a lot of those things that Keystone has in all of their RVs, a lot of their proprietary things, like the blade ducted system, like Key TV, which we'll see this one does have, as well as the hyper deck floor. That is part of the reason it's able to get so light, is that hyper deck floor has better screw retention. You don't have to worry about water in there. It's an excellent, excellent composite floor. And then take a look at this beautiful booth dinette, folks. I love what they have done here. You kind of have a living edge, but it's done well. I've seen some other living edges where they did like a different color here than what they did on the top, and it just doesn't look right. Here, I think it actually adds something. I think they did it well. Even though it just has a single post, you'll see that because it is attached to the wall, it is very sturdy. You know, I'm not afraid that if I put a little weight on here, it's gonna pop up and my, plates are gonna go all over the place or milk spill or anything like that. And it also is very easy to drop down into a bed. You can see with this, you just kind of pop it back, undo it from the wall, it swings right down, sits along here, take the cushions, put them on top, you're good to go. Not only that, but take a look at the storage here. Boom! You got nice big storage bins. You'll have that on both sides. It doesn't have any glides or anything, but it honestly doesn't need it, right? It's very simple to pull in and out and to operate, and that is excellent storage. Windows all the way across here. I do like the window treatments. I think they did a good job there. And as I said, take a look at this theater seating. One of my favorite parts. You just sink right in. Super comfortable. This kicks back, gives you a view to that TV. This is really the prime seat, right? If you're looking for a spot to sit, this right here is it. Whether it is, on a 80-degree day with the AC pumping or, on a 35-degree day with those heat pads running, either way, you will be comfortable here in the Sunset Trail. So, let's take a look at some of the outside features. I actually kind of want to start on the back and then we'll work our way forward. One of the things I really like about this one is right here, and that is the outside kitchen. I think they did a great job for a couple different reasons. One, you have a good sized fridge there, right? A little bit bigger, allows you to have more beverages in there. You get storage. You have a sink that is actually fixed, and I like when they do that rather than just like a wash basin that you have to toss all the water out. And a capital grill. This is definitely a better option for me. I do way more grilling than I do using a cooktop. So I love that they have this here because this is something I will actually utilize. If we take a look up top there, you will also see backup camera prep as well as a spray port right back here. So if you need some extra water access, you do have that. They have a bumper where the spare tire is mounted in case you have to access that as well. And right back here, folks, is that Key TV system. With that multi-source controller, you can just plug that in and that will basically feed to every cable outlet that you have, including the outside TV right here. Super simple and easy to use. Up top is that large power awning with an LED light strip on there, so it lights it up at night. Couple outside speakers with lights in there as well. 3-year structural warranty on here, one of the best in the industry. Plus you have this little guy, which I like. That's cute if you have pets. It gives you a place to tie up your leash. I think that, just kind of a nice little touch. And of course, the solid steps do make it very easy to get in and out of the RV. You'll also see power stabilizer jacks on here. This one has kind of the full power package, right? You have a power awning, power stabilizer jacks, and power tongue jack to really make setup an absolute breeze. You'll see slam latch baggage doors on here, plus a magnetic catch, so you can put it up just like so. And as you can see there, all of that excellent pass-through storage. Now, if we make our way around to the front, a couple quick things I want to hit on here as well. You have that beautiful 3/4 front cap, updated graphics for 2022 as well. You can see the diamond plating there. You have extra solar prep right there, so if you want solar on the side, you can have that, as well as I mentioned the option for it's right up top. And you'll see your 12-volt battery distribution box with battery disconnect. This really makes it so much easier to, hook everything up. It keeps it nice and clean, and you can just cut all the power off super quickly by just flipping a switch. So I really do like that. The manufacturer gives it a funny name. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. I don't know if it's getting jiggy with it. I don't know. But either way, it's a 12-volt distribution box, works extremely well. Last thing I want to touch on, folks, is right over here. You can see you have all that space right in there, plus your easy hookups for water connection and black tank flush. I'm telling you, folks, this one right here is an absolute killer. Take a look at your nearest Camping World or Gander RV so you can check it out yourself.